Welcome to the Blue Cafe. We offer stories of infidelity, betrayal, and redemption. Please like and subscribe. Cheers. Now, on to today's story. I, 30M, finally got truth and pried out confessions from my wife, 30F, of 5 years that she's been having an affair for months. Still a throwaway, but see the post history for context. I finally got some trickle truths last night from my wife. I set a clear boundary with her that she wasn't to drink alone with her friend back in the south when she went to visit for a bridal shower last weekend. We recently moved up north. She told me her story of what she did that weekend, purely innocent. I got the suggestion to contact the dude's girlfriend. I didn't want to at first, but boy am I glad I did. I asked if she ever felt off about these two. She says, yeah, we've talked about it, but he swears they're just good friends. She mentioned she wasn't happy that my wife slept at his place this past weekend. Whoa, what? Then I confronted my wife, who doubled down on the same lies. Then I showed her the receipts. She then changes her story to okay, I hung out with him but we didn't drink and you said that was okay. I didn't tell you because I knew you'd be upset. I'm like, you were just drinking in a group. You think it's okay to go home with this dude just because you didn't keep drinking? Then it was, I don't remember where we went, I was too drunk. After a lot of prying, pointing out lies and inconsistencies, it became we kissed, then we made out for an hour and then I have feelings for him I don't know what to do with, and then we kissed back in November, too. Who knows what she's still hiding, but that's enough for me. I honestly don't see a way out of this that includes us still being married. I left the house and checked into a hotel. I've been having so much anxiety since seeing all the red flags since November. Finally getting some validation after all the gaslighting is a huge relief. It feels 100% better to ask around and risk being wrong and looking like an asshole than to enable the gaslighting and tear apart your mental health while doing it. Alcoholism is a bitch and get some therapy to deal with it, but that's not an excuse for cheating. Drop her like a hot potato. A moldy off smelling grudy potato. This, pointing finger, pointing finger, pointing finger. WTH. You desperately need to read No More Mr. Nice Guy, by Dr. Robert Glover. 21.60 on Amazon, 9.99 Kindle. Adults don't have sleepovers to kiss. That is a bald-faced lie. Time to take your dignity back from that poor excuse of a woman and leave. We were only meeting up for some kisses. I remember reading somewhere else this exact thing, adults don't kiss, they duck. I say it all the time. Kids kiss, adults duck. Kind of obvious from your previous post that she was having sex with him. A blind, deaf mute on a corner of Karachi, Pakistan could have figured that out. But she also says she has feelings for him. Are you going to do the pick-me dance, as it's called? You know, the one where you put your dignity, self-respect, manhood away? If you decide to stay, you have to lay down some concrete boundaries that you are prepared to enforce, including walking away and moving on. If you aren't prepared to enforce consequences, then be prepared to continue to be walked on. This will also gauge how much she wants this marriage. Good luck. If he stays, it doesn't matter the boundaries they agree on. From that point she knows he is a cuck and can do whatever she likes. Drop her if you have an ounce of self-esteem. I don't see a future where I can possibly set enough boundaries to rebuild any level of trust. She's a fiercely independent person who didn't care enough to respect the boundaries this time. Now she's just mad that her fortress of lies has come crumbling down. For then she'll be just fine being single again. Take your self-respect back. Book a consultation with a lawyer and file. Get a STD test as well. Yep, no remorse, no reconciliation. Trickle truth, the gift that keeps on giving. We just hung out, greater than we just kissed once, greater than we made out and groped each other over our clothes, greater than he fingered me, greater than it was just oral sex, greater than we ducked one time, greater than we ducked all night, greater than we've been ducking for months. You know enough you can't ever trust her again, so no real need to torture yourself with this girl anymore. Check out The Healing Heart, the 180 to start detaching from your STBXW and lose a cheater, gain a life. Sorry this happened to you and best of luck to you. Live life large on your own terms with no regrets. Yes man, I guarantee you are worth way more out there in the dating market than her. Drop this liability. Glad you know what to do, now at least. No pick-me dance. Since there are no kids, just file for divorce. STD test for you. Expose her so she can't badmouth you/rewrite history. It would be good if you had any proof. Check the phone or record your next conversation, if she would like to come clean. Tell OM girlfriend, she deserves to know. To be fiercely independent you need to be responsible, she's not, that's the reason you are here, you need to define her better. It's amazing what lengths we go to delude ourselves of the truth when we get caught up in love. Thanks. Update, wife, 30F, of 5 years cheated with coworker. Original post. Though it's still anxiety-inducing, it gets easier every day to talk about being cheated on. Some commented on the original post asking for an update a while back, and I'm at the point now where I can share what happened and what I've learned. Most of this is going to be little nuggets of experience. As of last week and 5 months after filing, I am officially, legally divorced. She begged me not to go through with divorce, got therapy to help her with her personal issues, but she ended up moving out in May and back to the city we left where her coworker is. Gee, I wonder why. I've been dating someone for a couple months, and man, I gotta say getting back out there does wonders for self-esteem and anxiety. While I once felt like my wife was the one, and maybe she was at that point in my life, in retrospect we weren't that compatible. Now I'm having much more amazing sex, feeling more supported and less judged for being myself, and have more time for myself and to do what I want. She was relatively flexible in negotiating the settlement as long as it was equitable. I took out a personal loan to buy her out of her share of the house, and I'm making extra money to pay it off. Divorce is expensive and complicated. More expensive than you think. We had a relatively simple, amicable split with no kids, a newly purchased house and little bit of retirement accounts to divvy up, and I still racked up over $10,000 in legal fees, and it took months longer than I thought it would. I now have so much knowledge about divorce, estate and alimony laws in different states, and I hope I never need to use it again. Prenups may feel icky, but if I ever get married again I'll consider one. Time helps. Every passing day made things a little bit easier to deal with. Therapy also helps. In my case, practicing different meditation techniques with a therapist gave me good tools to bring myself back to center whenever I got pissed off or anxious. Find your support, people. I have a friend who had also been cheated on that has been a ducking enlightening bro through this whole ordeal. The other guy's, now ex-girlfriend, was also a great person to talk to and commiserate with. I've definitely learned a bit about human behaviors, and everyone commenting on my posts helped me see what I wanted to ignore. Adults don't get drunk alone together. Adults don't have sleepovers. Adults don't stay up all night with someone unless they wanna duck. Beware of the trickle truth. Trust your gut. Don't be afraid to raise a little hell to get some answers if something feels off. Talk to her friends, and anyone who might be involved. The pick-me dance is real. As soon as you stop letting her have her cake and eat it too, she'll beg and cry and promise to do better. I probably have dozens of other nuggets I've gleaned from this shitty experience, and I'm always happy to share with those interested. Life is messy and people are often shitty, but optimism that things will be better with time is a powerful thing. This is great, mate, cheers. The pick-me dance is real. As soon as you stop letting her have her cake and eat it too, she'll beg and cry and promise to do better. Amen up. So many men and women don't want to divorce even when their partner cheats, and I understand that. But, so many of them do the wrong things while trying to keep their marriage together. The pick-me dance fails more often than it works. Exposing the affair and standing up for yourself works out much better. One's partner will either get their head out of their ass or they won't. Shining a light on the affair by broadcasting it kills it faster than any other way. So does taking control of the situation. BS needs to go on offense, not play defense. The saying that one must be willing to lose their marriage in order to save it is so true. When a lying, cheating partner has to face and deal with consequences, it snaps them out of their affair fog quicker. Many times when their affair partner spouse finds out, they drop the affair partner as they are focusing on trying to save their own marriage, and then your lying, cheating partner finds out how little their affair partner really cares for them. Don't remain back on your heels, folks. Go on offense, don't play defense. Don't do the pick-me dance. Sorry this happened, glad to hear you are doing better. Best wishes to you going forward. I needed to read this. Thank you, folded hands. Heart same. Divorce is expensive and complicated. More expensive than you think. We had a relatively simple, amicable split with no kids, a newly purchased house and little bit of retirement accounts to divvy up, and I still racked up over $10,000 in legal fees, and it took months longer than I thought it would. I now have so much knowledge about divorce, estate and alimony laws in different states, and I hope I never need to use it again. Prenups may feel icky, but if I ever get married again I'll consider one. Having the knowledge is great, but it's better to never have to use it again, like you said. Look up if where you live now is common law. If it's not, just don't get married again and you'll be fine. Especially now that you have a better understanding of what to look out for. Then depending on where you are when it comes to kids, you could consider a vasectomy as well. An amicable split after all that emotional torture she did? You are a greater moral compass than I, thank you. It's not about morals, it's the law. Divorces are pretty much 50-50 splits these days. Amicable in the sense of not legally fighting each other. I don't think I can ever be on amicable personal terms with this person again. Yes, not fighting her legally was what I had meant. Of course you also seemed like a trusting and tolerant person, so without snooping, there was probably lack of evidence. The most important thing is you can look in the mirror and be happy that you tried your best and things ended well for you. How many days you took to decide to divorce after your last update regarding her trickle truth? Did she beg you to forgive her? It was a few weeks after D-Day when I filed for divorce. She was sorry and begged for forgiveness, but I made up my mind and didn't want to be with someone who gaslit me for months until she got caught, and refused to block the AP. Refused to block AP even after getting busted. Same thing happened to me. My spouse would continue to see her idiot. Apparently she ended it when it was discovered. Then, she reassured me that there was no relationship with him and no future. However, he's not blocked. She continues to talk to him. She works next to him at her job. An on and off affair? I'm not an idiot. But both of them are. Duck that. Duck, that's rough, sorry mate. If I've learned anything from this, it's important to set some clear boundaries around work relationships. For me, one-on-one hangouts outside of work are not appropriate. Glad you wised up and refused to let yourself be a doormat. We hope you have enjoyed today's episode. Please comment, like and subscribe. Cheers. Have a wonderful day or night. Wherever you are.